So as this morning happened with daylight, I was up at 6 o'clock, but I stayed in bed till 6:30, but I'm probably going to... It's gonna be helpful here for a little while, waking Aaron up on Mondays and Fridays. Because now I don't have to wait for the light bulb to turn on or his alarms to go off. The sun will be waking me up even on Thursdays when I come home super late on Thursday, and then, yeah. But as it is relatively sunshiny today, Aaron's like, I'm gonna walk to work. Is that gonna screw up your stuff? I'm like, probably not. Yeah, I know. It's the 4th time I've forgotten it. So don't ever really harp on yourself too much for forgetting it. I've forgotten it maybe 5 times. I've already forgotten how many times I've forgotten the garbage. That's what happens when you sleep in gel. No matter how long your hair, if you sleep in product, it's gonna get all screwy in the next morning. No, the teachers are showing the kids how to cross the street. But much like driving a school, once they get of a certain autonomous age, they just forget it. Yeah. It's a very odd style that I've seen some people do. They'll tuck jog pants into socks.
Yeah, I do it occasionally if I have really tight socks on, but I only do it at home.
Axel does it at practice. He'll wear like jog pants, and then he'll pull his like, what I call the soccer socks, the knee-high ones, all the way up to his knees. And I'm like, bro, I mean, if you're gonna continue with football, buy some football pants. Like, there are practice pants you can get for like 15 bucks. I'm not sure if he's gonna be continuing much with football in the next season. I mean, I'd like it to. He's learning a fair bit at running back, but things I've heard about his significant other, and she's like, okay, yeah, go do your thing. Okay, yeah, do your thing. But then he did some serious training at running back and came home with some bruises, and she was like, oh, is that what this is? Yes, honey. Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's American football.
Like the first time I came home with significant bruises, Aaron was like, oh, that's not that great. And then like the 50th time I came home with significant bruises, he's like, ooh, good practice. Yeah, it's amazing the things we get used to. Well, I think the very first one, you're like, ooh, that's a really good one, because it was really only one, and I had the perfect story about how Phil hit me in the boob with the ball, and it showed up days later. And so now that we're almost up to where Aaron works, I just figured, like, I didn't want to cram this thing up, because, yeah, I was either, you know, probably going to have stuff talking about therapy later today, and then practice and after practice tonight, so didn't really want to cram this up with just random, what, 1 kilometer is what this is? 2? 2? Something like that. I don't know. I know it's 1.3 to the gym, but that's a straight shot down the road, so it's kind of like, it's hard to kind of tell, especially here when we're turning and whatnot. There's Aaron's building, fresh in the morning. There's Aaron, fresh in the morning. Yeah. Oh, apparently Kevin lives in Cork.
Oh.
I watched like the first 5 minutes of his drama, but it's like, I can't watch any of these. I was hoping to get some basic small information, which I did, but it was still like, I was dinking around on my phone, and I actually missed my stop for Roloff Hartplein, and when I'm getting off at Museumplein, I was like, crap, now I gotta wait for the, and then I opened up maps to see exactly where I was, and the thing is the tram thing does this, so all I had to do was like walk about 5 blocks south. But anyways, very informative. We talked a lot about what Portland is at the beginning, and he watched a short little, wound up finding some sort of travel blog, and I was just like, he goes, oh, the Japanese gardens, have you heard of those? Yes, I've heard of all of these things on this hipster's list. Oh, he's a hipster. Yes, this guy is a hipster. And so, fun times. That was this, that, and the other thing, that was fun. And then we talked about generalized anxieties and stuff that happen, and how would Aaron describe you? And I'm like, oh, okay, hard to look at myself through Aaron's eyes after a fashion, because I understand that he doesn't see a lot of the terrors that happen inside my head, so he sees probably a drastically nicer person than I do. Ah, there goes the 3. Okey-dokey, it's time for me to head to practice, got my cleats, and nothing else. some people be like, oh, maybe you should take your helmet just in case because you don't want the ball hitting you in the head. I'm like, all the more impetus to catch it then. Cherry's working on a big project at work, so he's staying late. He's just basically sitting at a desk waiting for computers to crunch his stuff. Anyways, I've been chatting with him just kind of about stuff, and it's like, well, you're American, you should know these players. No, I don't. Like, he didn't say that, but I've gotten that general idea from a lot of the people here. Oh, you know this player? Nope. How do you not know this player? They're a big name player. Nope, I didn't. I got a whole video about this. Really do, but I explained it to him in a voice thing because it's so much easier to do that. I was actually gonna, side note, I was gonna bring my practice jersey, but I realized let's wear this blue one instead. He was actually surprised that the television stuff in the States was pretty bad with football. You know, it's all on pay-per-view. I'm like, it's not. I mean, for you guys, it's technically on pay-per-view. You got to get on NFL Network and stuff. And I explained to him, it's kind of about marketing. I mean, there's only 5 games aired a week. 3 on Sunday, 1 on Thursday, 1 on Monday. Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and Sunday. So, during the regular season, you know, that's 16 matches that can happen. Assume 3 of those matches are actually 6 teams on buys. So you've got, you know, 11 matches. Just basically, it says here 1 Monday, 1 Thursday, 3 Sunday, with 16 matches, assuming no bye week. I'm missing already 11 games. Even with 3 of those teams being on bye, that's 8 games I can't see. And so when he brings up a kicker from Europe that I'd never heard of before, but really probably should have because he's currently a place kicker for the Colts, it's Adam Vinatieri. And I'd heard the name, I just didn't know who he was. And that's a lot of it. I've heard a lot of the names because I've heard a lot. But it's like I don't know their bios. I don't even really know that much about Luke Kuechly's bio. But he's like, he plays for the Colts. And I was like, well, that's probably why. A team I don't necessarily follow. 1, no real hot players that I know of. And 2, kind of a poor uniform design. Fair, we currently wear blue and white, but ours is better. Theirs is much more designed around white, and ours is much more designed around blue. But then again, our colors are blue and yellow. I will check you guys after practice, probably film a little bit during practice. I'm, you know, I can't take part in team, but I can still get some exercise. All right, we've got defense stuff installed. It was one of the inside linebackers so we could figure out double hole weaving going on. Kevin put his pads on to catch balls for a receiver, but they're doing team now. So I'm not participating. I mean, what time is it? Practice started at 8. It is now 9:30. It's about a good hour. I mean, I can still do warm-ups and all that stuff and keep, you know, get the body going and make sure I work on staying low and whatnot. I'm trying to stay moving because, well, we got a ton of mosquitoes around here and it's eating everybody alive. So if I keep moving, then things will be, but like everyone's got their hoods up. Well, okay, except for I don't have a hood, but people have got their hoods up. Sophian's got his hoodie over his helmet. Because just like Willie, mosquitoes are eating him alive. We're putting in a defense to match the personnel we have left, and to hit more run teams and whatnot. We really only have 1 DB out there, but then again, we only really have, yeah, it's, Kevin's over there practicing PATs with Tim. What's Mikhail doing? Is he just jogging back and forth? Did I see you on special teams? That's what I thought. I was looking at Aaron's footage and I was like, is that an 8?
That's 8, yes. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I didn't break anything, I was happy.
Well, that's the backup quarterback. He does his job.
Exactly. Warming up receivers, that's what I do.
Well, Here's the thing. Being a backup quarterback, people are like, put him the backup quarterback. I'm like, yeah, but if you were in the NFL, you were like getting so much money.
Yeah, I do nothing.
To look pretty. Like if you look at all the backup quarterbacks of the NFL teams, they're all like pretty boys.
Okay. It reminds me of Blue State Mountain, I think.
Blue Mountain State.
Blue Mountains, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God. Oh God, they're following me. They're following me. Maybe they're attracted to the clay in my hair. Okay, I'm gonna go watch a bit of practice. I'm getting mosquitoes out of my nose. They're gnats. They weren't mosquitoes. I did have a couple mosquitoes try to suck on my leg. And they're like, kill it. Kill, because I was doing a little bit of tight end so that we could... Fixing your bike?
Yeah, just some oil.
WD-40?
WD-40, that's the shit, man.
Yeah, I know. Was it, there's a thing, there's a flow chart. Is it supposed to move? No, WD-40. Is it supposed to move? Yes. Is it moving? Yes, no problem.
No problem, yeah.
The other thing is duct tape.
Yeah, yeah, there's a saying from the south of Holland. It's called, als je het echt niet meer weet, dan heb je altijd nog duct tape en kit. So it's like, if you really don't know anymore what to do, then you always have kit, you know, or duct tape.
Yeah. That's true. That's like, I was in theater in high school, and like half the set was held together with duct tape.
With duct tape, yeah, that works always.
It's weird, but yeah. Ran into the butcher right there. He's fixing his bike. But anyways, so since not a lot of guys had their pads with them today, a lot of them did. About a couple, like 3 or 4 of us, but like Sufjan didn't, but he had a hamstring problem, and Eric didn't, but he had some ankle problems. But they were still doing line stuff, but I was the only one that couldn't have any like major impact on me. Even in one drill when one of our guys was coming in, we were doing walkthroughs, and I think it was Eric. Yeah, Eric came up into the hole because we were practicing and getting used to swapping, whatever. And so walked in, and Eric was coming straight through the hole, and I just did this like step to the side, and he's like downfield. He goes, "What was I supposed to do?" I was like, "I wasn't gonna let you run into this shoulder." And I kind of did that to him, and he goes, "Oh, right, okay." He goes, "Good on you for stepping aside like that." But this is like the perfect night where I would sit down outside, short sleeve shirt, shorts, have a beer, hapjes, oral snacks, just sort of chill. 22:53, that's not bad. Still an hour before when I would normally get home, but I can definitely see this. I'll show you guys here at the very last bit. I'm gonna sign off here, and I will let you guys see what it looks like at about 11 o'clock looking northwest. By the way everything lines up, it's about northwest.